Survivors of attempted murder, what's your story? I was 17 at the time. I was wicked sick one weekend, and my mother decided I needed to go to the hospital. She had been drinking all day, as she was a terrible alcoholic. It turned out that I had strep throat, so they're typing out my discharge paperwork, and my mother approached the desk where the nurse was sitting. Clearly stinking of alcohol, the nurse told my mother that she wouldn't be allowed to drive me home because she was clearly intoxicated. This sent my mother into a drunken rage, swearing and threatening the nurse, who told her if she left the police would be called. My mother grabbed me and hurries me into the car. I start yelling at her about how irresponsible she is and how she is ruining her life with alcohol. This pisses her off even more. We only live less than a mile away, but my mother has taken a different route than normal. When I ask why, she just says it's the long way and she doesn't want to get caught. As we're traveling down this dark main back road, she begins speeding like crazy. We were doing at least 90 miles per hour when she looks over at me with a blank face and says, "I'm sorry." She then pulled the e-brake and cut the wheel, sending us flying off the road. The next thing I remember is sitting in the front seat of a pickup truck with an EMT shining a flashlight in my eyes along who the president was. I responded that Bill Clinton was the president, 2000. Apparently, she had crashed us into a huge rock at the end of someone's property, directly on my side of the car. Apparently, I crawled over her and staggered to the door of the property to ask for help. They put us in different ambulance, and we headed back to the hospital we just left. Upon arrival, the nurse my mother fought with said, "I knew you'd be back." My mother, in a drunken, semi-conscious state, kept saying, "I'm sorry I tried to kill you. I love you," over and over. She suffered several broken ribs, a broken collarbone, broken nose, and cracked vertebrae. I had a concussion and some cuts on my face from the door window, basically exploding on impact with the rock. She was sentenced to some alcohol program through the courts and some community service. She suffered severe depression, and 6 months after this, she took her own life in another car accident. She actually asked me if I wanted to go for a ride with her that night, and I told her, "No, I'll see you when you get home." That was the last thing I ever said to her.